Okay, guys, welcome science. Today we're going to do photosynthesis and respiration. And I posted a video in Google Classroom. It's about 4 minutes long, and that video will cover these first, I think there's 11 questions. Yeah, and the answers are right here. Okay, so it'll give you a little bit of background on photosynthesis. So let's get into this reading here. And this says, how do oxygen and carbon dioxide cycle? And this is about photosynthesis and respiration. It says, organisms use oxygen and carbon dioxide over and over. Some of the cycling happens during photosynthesis and respiration. A runner breathes faster and more deeply as she runs because her body needs more oxygen. Green plants and algae make most of the oxygen in the atmosphere. Plants and algae make oxygen and food through photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, energy from the sun is used to change carbon dioxide and water in a simple sugar called glucose and oxygen. Glucose gives the plants energy, which is stored inside food. Animals get the energy when they eat the plants. Animals that eat other animals also get energy from glucose, and the oxygen is released in the atmosphere. Most organisms are able to use chemical energy in food through respiration. During respiration, oxygen joins with glucose to produce carbon dioxide and water. The stored energy is let go. Plants, animals, and many other organisms carry out respiration. Respiration is why oxygen is so important to life on Earth, including human life. You take in oxygen with every breath. Your blood carries oxygen to cells in your body when respiration is always taking place. Photosynthesis and respiration work in opposite ways. The things that are used during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water, are produced during respiration. Things that are used during respiration, oxygen and glucose, are produced during photosynthesis. This is how oxygen and carbon dioxide cycle through the biosphere. Just as animals need plants for food and oxygen, plants need animals for carbon dioxide. Okay, here's the cycle right here. So the plants give off the oxygen, we breathe in the oxygen, and then we give off the carbon dioxide. The plants take in the carbon dioxide. So it's really kind of, I don't want to say two parts, but you can think that oxygens are giving off, plants are giving off oxygen, and humans are giving off carbon dioxide. That's kind of what when we exhale, carbon dioxide is going in the atmosphere. The plants take that in, convert that to oxygen with the help of sun and water, and they give off oxygen and we breathe it in. That's why, it's kind of so important to have trees, plants, algae, because they're the ones really producing most of the oxygen for us to breathe in. Okay. So this talks about the carbon cycle and oxygen cycle. And it says, carbon is one of the Earth's most common elements. Materials that cannot be broken down in other materials. It's all a basic part of living things. Carbon is part of every body cell, every sugar, and every carbon dioxide gas. Carbon is also part of the Earth's outer layer called the crust. Much carbon is underground in fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas. Carbon moves through the carbon cycle mostly as carbon dioxide gas. Plants takes in carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, and it goes into molecules like glucose. When the organisms use glucose, carbon dioxide goes back in the environment as carbon dioxide. Carbon also enters the environment in other ways. When organisms die, some carbon stays in their bodies. As bacterial and fungi break down dead organisms, carbon leaves their bodies and returns to the environment. Burning fossil fuel also moves carbon back in the environment. Living things need oxygen to. Oops, let me get down. It said living things need oxygen to live. Like carbon, oxygen cycles through the environment. Oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. Some oxygen comes from water vapor in the atmosphere. Oxygen is used during respiration. It's also consumed when metal rusts or when something burns. Because oxygen is one of the substances that make up carbon dioxide, the oxygen cycle is tied to the carbon cycle. both carbon and the oxide between living and non-living things in the environment. Things can happen on Earth that change or harm the carbon and oxygen cycles. When people cut down trees in the rainforest, there's less photosynthesis. This means less oxygen enters the atmosphere and less carbon dioxide leaves. Each year, there is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Burning fossil fuels such as natural gas, coal, and oil adds carbon dioxide to the air. Cutting down trees, such as when the rainforest deforests, also adds the amount of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide and other kinds of carbon in the air help keep the Earth warm. Through the process called the greenhouse effect, these gases trap heat close to the Earth's surface. Many scientists think the Earth is getting warmer because of the greenhouse effect. The environment can be damaged by the growing number of carbon dioxide. Okay. So this is basically how do oxygen and carbon dioxide cycle. And that's just how plants get energy from the sun. They give off oxygen, oxygen in the environment. Humans breathe it. Then we give off carbon dioxide. So it's basically like that here. For some reason, it's not letting me go now. Let me see if I can get back up there. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. Right here is what I'm talking about. That cycle right there is what we're talking about. Okay, so what we have now, we have some questions here. So there are, let me see here, there's 11 or 12 of them. Okay, and then there's another one right here. This is a carbon dioxide oxygen cycle. So you can just fill in these words in the blank right there. And then you basically get down, if you're unsure, the answers are all right here. So the first one are right here, and the second page is right there. Okay. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to do my reading lesson here in about 15 minutes. So I will post this lesson shortly, and the video is already in there. Well, actually, once I post, you can see the video. And remember, the video goes with these first questions right at the top of the unit. Right here. So what is photosynthesis? These are all about the video. So you can watch the video and answer those questions. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you some in reading. If not, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.